XRP has been holding strong above the $2.00 mark for months now, and many analysts believe we're sitting right at the bottom. This could be the moment when history starts to rhyme again for XRP. Why? Because it's poised for at least one more major rally before this cycle closes out. And here's the kicker. Several experts think that rally could catapult XRP into double-digit territory. Imagine that. In this video, I'll break down perspectives from multiple XRP chart analysts, including one bold prediction that XRP could peak above $18.00 during this cycle. While I don't make price predictions myself, I wouldn't be shocked if the analysts calling for double-digit gains are spot on. There's just so much to be excited about in the crypto space right now. It feels like the perfect storm of opportunity. That said, let me be crystal clear. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Never buy or sell based on what I say or write. Always do your own research. All right, as I hit record, it's 5:54 p.m. Central Time, Saturday, April 19th, 2025. Let's talk numbers. XRP is sitting at $2.08 and Bitcoin, a cool $85,267.00. Not exactly fireworks today, more like another round of sideways price action. Sure, it might feel uneventful now, but trust me, it won't stay like this forever. Sooner than later, we're going to see some serious movement. Here's the thing. If you're watching this in 2025, let me just say congratulations. You're ahead of the curve, miles ahead of almost everyone else. Case in point, check out this headline from Cointelegraph. Charles Schwab CEO eyes spot Bitcoin trading by April 2026. Folks, you are so early to this game. Now let's put this into perspective. Charles Schwab manages a staggering $7.13 trillion 0 cents in assets. Yeah, trillion. They're creeping up on BlackRock, which is sitting at around $10.00 to $11 trillion 0 cents. That's some seriously massive capital flow, and they're eyeing Bitcoin. Let that sink in. But here's the kicker. Do you really think they'll stop at Bitcoin? No way. Why leave money on the table when there's a whole world of promising assets out there like XRP? The lines between traditional finance and crypto are blurring fast. Legacy platforms are diving into crypto, and who knows, we might even see crypto platforms dip their toes into traditional finance. The crossover is happening, and it's only a matter of time before the floodgates open. Opportunity is everywhere, folks. Sure, crypto has grown over the past 5 years, but think about it. Most people on this planet have never held any cryptocurrency, and less than 1% have ever owned XRP. Let that sink in. If we're right about where this is headed, we're staring at a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for life-changing wealth. The masses are coming. It's inevitable. Here's the scoop. Charles Schwab Corp CEO Rick Wurster is reportedly eyeing April 2026 to roll out spot Bitcoin trading for Schwab clients. According to RiaBiz, Wurster pointed to a massive 400% surge in traffic to Schwab's crypto site as proof that interest in digital assets is skyrocketing. Wurster said, and I quote, "Our expectation is that with the changing regulatory environment, we are hopeful and likely to launch direct spot crypto. Our goal is to do that in the next 12 months, and we are on a great path to be able to do that." End quote. Now, let's break this down. Spot Bitcoin means no derivative products. You'd actually own the Bitcoin you buy on their platform. Fingers crossed they make self-custody easy, because that's where the magic happens. Oh, and there's a comment in the piece that really stood out to me. Let me share it with you. It's worth the read. The Schwab CEO once admitted he didn't own any cryptocurrency, joking that he felt foolish for not jumping into the game earlier as it continued to deliver staggering returns. Well, folks, that's exactly what I said not too long ago. Hats off to you. Seriously, congratulations. You're ahead of the curve. You got here before almost everyone else on the planet. Even if you're just getting your feet wet in crypto now, you're still miles ahead of the masses. So a genuine round of applause for you. The potential here is massive. As the entire crypto space grows, it's really just a matter of which assets will outperform the rest. To me, it's crystal clear. XRP is set to leave Bitcoin in the dust. XRP's market size is much smaller, meaning it takes way less money flowing in to trigger wild gains. This is where the real opportunity lies. Check out this post from Nate Harachi, president of the ETF store. He wrote, "As I've said numerous times before, spot crypto trading will become table stakes for every major brokerage." That's right, folks. We're not there yet, but it's coming. It just shows how early we still are, even after 16 years of crypto assets existing. Now, here's a fresh take from chart analyst Tech Dev. He's been sharing this insight consistently with slight updates each day, and honestly, it's worth repeating. He's pointing out where we stand in global liquidity. Spoiler alert, it's already broken out. What comes next? Altcoins. Historically, there's a 10-12 week lag before global liquidity flows into risk assets like altcoins. Why? Human behavior. It takes time for people to allocate funds, and guess what? That shift is happening right now. And so it begins. He wrote, "Time is the only difference this cycle. Alts don't skyrocket until liquidity surges after its retest." And guess what? That retest just happened. So congratulations, folks. You know it's coming next, right? I truly believe we're on the verge of a massive final blow off top. This is where the real life-changing wealth is made, and it's closer than you think. The sharp ones already see the signs. Take this post from Dan Gambardello, a chart analyst and diehard XRP advocate. With 2.91 million followers on X, he's someone worth listening to. He said global liquidity is pumping, signaling a massive crypto breakout in 1-2 weeks. Oh, given the recent liquidity boost, the timing checks out. It's consistent with what Julian Biddle and Raoul Pal from Global Macro Investor have been forecasting. Their time frame aligns perfectly. So yes, big moves are imminent, and it's looking like sooner rather than later. Now, there's just one wild card, the tariff scare. Until that cloud clears, markets may stay timid, but I'm confident this issue resolves sooner than later. Once it does, the floodgates could open. Markets are shaky, sure, but that's par for the course. Chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto just dropped an interesting take on the ETH/BTC chart. He pointed out something big. ETH is at oversold levels for the first time since 2019. Let that sink in for a second. Check out the RSI at the bottom. Oversold, first time since 2019. Now, what do I always say? Well, I say a lot of things, but one thing I always hammer home is this: markets always find bottoms. Remember XRP last year? Everyone doubted it, mocked it until boom, it broke out. Markets reverse. They always do. And ETH, it's following the same script. Sure, it's struggling against Bitcoin and the dollar right now, but again, markets find bottoms. Oversold signals don't lie. This is gearing up to go. The confluence is undeniable. This is the kind of setup that always catches people off guard. Oh, and another chart analyst, Cryptos, chimed in too. He said, ETH dominance right now is looking a lot like XRP in November 2024. And you know what? He's spot on. The market's heating up and the signs are everywhere. Here's why I'm excited. Historically, this setup has been the perfect storm for alt season to explode. All eyes are on ETH as its momentum often sets the stage for what's next. Check out this post from chart analyst Crypto Wizard. Bitcoin at the top, gold in the middle, and the S&P 500 at the bottom. His caption, structurally similar. Look closely, do you see it? Bitcoin's chart mirrors gold and the S&P 500 right before their massive breakouts. It's almost uncanny. Patience, as they say, always pays off. If history repeats itself, what's next? A final epic push for Bitcoin before the curtain falls on its rally. But here's the kicker. When Bitcoin moves, the market follows. This time, XRP could steal the show. It's already gaining ground and could leave Bitcoin in the dust. XRP's breakout is just beginning, and according to chart analyst Credible Crypto's latest insights, the trajectory looks unstoppable. Last night at 10:13 p.m. Central, he shared a post highlighting price action on top and spot CVD on the bottom. The message: XRP has momentum, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. Since hitting my buy zone at $1.60, we've noticed an interesting divergence. Spot Bitcoin absorption is kicking in hard. Spot takers keep selling, yet the price is climbing instead of dropping. That's a sharp contrast to previous price action on these lower time frames where price usually followed spot CVD. This is exactly what you'd hope to see at a local bottom. Remember when he called XRP breaking down to $1.60? He nailed it, even though plenty of people didn't want to hear it. Sure, he's an XRP bull all the way, still confident it'll hit $20, 0 cents to $30, 0 cents this cycle, but he was right about the short-term drop. Even if some were too busy yelling at him to listen, looks like he's convinced the bottom might finally be in. Let's hope he's right. Honestly, I'm with you all. I'd rather skip the waiting game and get things moving already. Time to kick this into high gear. This sentiment was echoed by chart analyst Crypto Insight UK, who reposted and added his take, bottom forming on XRP. Lately, I've seen several analysts singing a similar tune. Signs are pointing to a bottom forming. And here's an interesting take from popular crypto influencer Winnie O, who has a whopping 427,000 followers. She confidently stated, XRP will flip Ethereum. With the government no longer artificially holding it back, things could get a lot more interesting. This time, the change might actually stick. That's the point Frecky's making here. Now, Frecky isn't just some random voice in the crowd. He's a seasoned finance professional with decades of experience and a crypto enthusiast since 2011. Fun fact, XRP is one of his largest holdings, and he's been very open about that. Here's what he had to say. This time, like before, XRP could take center stage, but with staying power. Imagine that. And honestly, it's not far-fetched. XRP fills a clear need in the market. It's perfect for payments. It does what Bitcoin simply can't do on a technical level. Transactions, almost instant. Settlement, real time. Fees, practically non-existent. Fractions of a penny. The market loves efficiency, and XRP delivers. Plus, it's got other standout features that make it more than just a one-trick pony. Even if the XRP ledger never introduces layer 1 smart contract functionality, it's already a winner. Now, don't get me wrong, there's actually a strong chance we'll see some form of layer 1 smart contracts in the future. Plenty of advocates are pushing for it. But here's the thing, even without it, XRP is unstoppable. It's carved out its place in the crypto world as one of the first movers, deeply entrenched in the ecosystem. Replacing it, good luck. You'll need it. Speaking of XRP, check out this 6-month update from chart analyst Dark Defenders. What do you think? Bullish or bearish over the next 6 months? The final candle closes by the end of June. Short-term, midterm targets are $3.75, $5.85, and $18.22. So let me be clear, nothing has changed just because we're seeing some consolidation. In fact, that's a great sign. Consolidation isn't a setback, it's fuel. The longer it lasts, the stronger the breakout when it finally happens. And since I'm confident this bull market isn't done, I believe the trend is upward. Not in a perfect straight line, but still. Check out this post by chart analyst Stefas Crypto. He warns every XRP holder you're about to get rich. He predicts XRP will break above $30.00. Now, will that happen? Who knows? But it's not crazy. Definitely not crazy. The best is yet to come, folks. I can't wait to see how high this thing can go. It's an electrifying time to be holding XRP. Just a reminder, not a financial advisor, and you should never make decisions based solely on what I say or write. Seriously, that would be a very, very bad idea.